bad bet?
We're going to go to
no
fence
riders.
questions.
Fence riders.
It's all Cavs. It's all Cavs.
Yeah.
We got some positive news after G. Bush, and once again, sorry that happened to you, man. Glad you made it back.
It's all love, man. We
here.
good.
Let's raise the spirits here. Let's talk a little
Yeah.
Cavs. A lot of excitement around this Cavaliers team. We did no fence riders.
By the way, you big nuggets, while I was out here living my Tupac life, this guy comes with the whole. I see you.
Something.
That's a sneak attack.
Look, starter's jacket's coming back, baby.
I wore mine yesterday. He gonna get the Jays to go with it. See, Jay, he be cheating.
I know. This is raising the bar again.
I thought you was finished.
I am done.
Okay.
I were actually looking at Cavs starter jackets before the show, the black and light blue ones from the 90s.
Yeah, with the net.
Those things are absolute fire.
They are.
Absolute fire.
How you gonna? I just had it on yesterday.
Pair of Jordan 3s trying to chase this kid.
You get me on my fly.
By the way, is there heat on in the studio
It's
for
hot
the
as
first
hell
time today?
It's hot as hell. I thought it was a situation.
Because it snowed last night.
Do we control the heat in this studio or no?
I'm not sure. It was leaking in our office upstairs. So
All I'm gonna say is this:
going on.
Yeah, it's too hot.
you can't be hot when you this cool. That's all I'm gonna say.
Even with the jacket.
Hey, but we got 6 Cavs
Let's do
questions
it. Here we go.
defense, and then we got 2 afterwards. Let's get right to it. Not just you 4 answered, but everyone in the UCSS group answered. A full participation grade. Polk got his questions in very late. He's not in the graphic, but he did send the answers.
Polk even getting in. Look at that.
Even Polk getting in on the action. So, Steve, let's take the first question here. Will the Cavs have 3 All-Stars this season? It was a split result. And, G, you are the lone person on set today that chose. Take it, Steve.
Yes.
Yeah.
She
You had to
Take
pick
Steve.
yes because I picked no.
Yes.
Wow, Jason had 3 too. Explain yourself, G.
Well, this easy. It's easy money. Darius Garland was already an all-star, right? Tyvis knows how this game works. Being an all-star and being all-state is one thing. My dad always told me, if you make all-state as a junior, they have no choice but to put you as all-state as a senior.
That's about right.
You understand? Oh my God! Don't let you make it as a sophomore. You ain't got to do nothing. No tackles, no production. So he's already Darius Garland is already all-star. He will be an all-star again, and he got a max deal, so people think he's crazy. Now, Donovan Mitchell is if he averages anything over 23. Anything over 23, they're going to be pressed to put him in there, right? Because he's a 4-time All-Star, 3-time All-Star. He has a new jersey out. People say, oh, look at this new look Cavs team. It's the Donovan Mitchell effect. They just already flexed one of the games, the first 2 games in November, put him on national TV because guess what? They have those. And plus, he's going to shoot a lot. And then so 3,
Evan
Mobley, you ever notice?
Replaces Allen.
Yes. You got that up-and-coming dude, right?
Allen, what Mobley an All-Star last year?
No, he wasn't.
He was
No, he was not. Rookie All-Star.
Oh, Allen was the All-Star.
Allen was
Yes.
the All-Star,
Okay.
yeah.
So Mobley will get what I call that up-and-coming love. Like they'll just be like, this guy in 5 years. How they used to talk about Giannis?
Yeah.
This guy, you play against Kobe or LeBron. This guy.
Well, they was right about Giannis, so go ahead.
I think Allen falls out this year. Mobley's a year away.
I agree with that.
2 guards are
yeah,
in.
and that's exactly what I have. I think
Yeah.
Mobley probably is just
1
a
year.
little bit away.
he has
I
to
think
get.
the offense won't quite be there yet.
Yeah,
for him to
I'm
get
with
become
you.
an All-Star.
I'm with you.
how
And
many-
those numbers, a
How
lot
many
of guys
guard
don't see.
All-Stars is it? 4?
What's
Like
that?
point guards? Is it just the top 2 point guards in the East?
No, it's just
No,
the top-
it
but that's
varies.
just starters.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
the
the
starters,
bench can
and
be
then the
whatever.
bench can be however they want to construct
Yeah.
the team.
I don't know.
But
I
I'm with you. I think
Yeah.
Mobley
I
might
got
be
2.
a little bit away
I
yet.
got 2 for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I have.
He has to get to about 19 and 10.
Did
I just
Jason
think
tell
it'd
you
be
which
hard
3
for
are
him to
going
average
or no?
19 with all the talent
Jason
they
did
have.
not tell us which 3 were going, but I'm assuming he's picking Mobley based on the rest of his answers.
I am
Right,
too.
yes.
Yeah.
By the way, the Guardians lost. The Cavs start their season. We do have a Cavs post-game show
That's
tonight.
right.
G. Bush, Bull, Earl, and myself are hopping on after the Cavs game. Make sure you guys tune in. Up
I feel like we've done one every night.
How did the Guardians post-game show do
It was
last
not
night?
bad considering they lost.
Yeah, I mean, not anywhere near the Game 3
walk-off
walk-off
winner.
winner
Yeah.
numbers.
Well,
but
that'll
not bad.
be an all-time epic.
I thought the best part about it was I thought our numbers picked up towards the end because we just got into, forecasting what the Guardians are going to do moving forward.
Yeah.
And so I asked Bull a question, I was like, hey, give me a splash guy we probably won't get.
Ohtani.
And he threw out Ohtani, a splash guy we ain't going to get, but you can theoretically make it work in your mind. And after that, it was dope because people started calling in like, Bull, can we get this guy? Can we get this guy? People start going in off saying, hey, I got my super chats. Hey, let me ask Bull. I don't want to wait. Let me ask Bull about the situation. And I thought that was the best part.
I like that. That's
and we're going to do that in the coming days, too. Don't worry. Make sure if you guys haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. We appreciate it, and make sure you do it again.
You got to ring the bell, because then you know when we're doing a live post game, when my podcast comes out, all this other stuff.
Or breaking news.
Breaking news.
Like if the Guardians sign Ohtani,
we'll be on.
We're going to break in.
I'm going on. They get on Tiny, I'm getting on.
I'll show back up at the studio. Forget that. I'll get on the camera.
Yeah, that's
All
right.
right, you guys ready for question number 2?
Yeah.
Question number 2 involves the one, the only Evan Mobley. He did not average a double-double last season, so the question is, will he average a double-double this season? Another split answer, and 2 people on today's set said no. Let's see it, Steve.
oh wow!
Yeah.
Nope.
I
I thought I said no.
Allen gonna take
You
it
said
away
no to
from
that.
me.
You said yes to that.
I got him with the double-double.
Allen gonna take them rebounds away from me, man, and then Lopez gonna take them rebounds away too.
It is tough to average a
But they
double-double.
lost
Average
marketing.
it, he gonna get it.
Yes.
That's sure.
They lost marketing.
Here's the thing. In the starting lineup, you're going to replace Markkanen with either LeVert or Okoro, and those guys won't hit the glass as much as Markkanen.
Nope.
And he averaged, what, 8.5 boards last year?
Close
He
last
averaged
year.
8.5.
He was
Yeah.
So
close.
he's only
He
gonna
gonna average 9.5.
About 9.
He'll be close.
It's gonna be real close. but it ain't gonna
9.6.
be
We're
10.
rounding up to 10.
I think he's going to
Because
average.
9.6 is double digits.
It is.
I think he's going to average like 17 and 10 this year.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Plus, you got to think about it. Kevin Love averages about 14 and 8 off the bench.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, like that's a lot of rebounds.
It's
And
gonna
then
be
Lopez,
very
too.
close, but I don't think he's gonna get it.
Although
That's the whole
Kevin
point of
Love,
picking these
from more and
questions. It's
more,
not supposed to be
is
easy.
off the glass shooting threes.
Yeah, he's a spot up shooter at this point.
If he does, I love the Cavs' chances to work into the top 4.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have them right now in the East.
I got
don't
them
have
at
them
like
in the top
5.
4.
I
I
got
do
him
too.
five,
I have them at
6.
5.
I got him 5, 6.
If Evan Mobley, it may not happen this year, it might be more the year after, but if he takes like a Darius Garland type of offensive jump, then forget about it.
Oh yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
when that happens, there's no limit.
Yeah, well, if that's the case, if Giannis get a jumper like Steph Curry, forget about it.
He's sneaking in Built Bar, bro.
I think that's a bigger leap
Evan
than
Mobley-
Evan
Is it?
Mobley. Yeah, Evan Mobley
Is
is
gonna be
to
a
me
good
he's a
offensive player.
slumbering giant who's just
Giannis-
waiting
Giannis-
to explode
Giannis
offensively.
All right,
scored a
everybody
step
loves
back
Giannis, it's
3
fine.
for the
It's
game and hit it.
You said Steph-like 3.
Let's not get nuts.
That is nuts.
That is nuts.
Next question.
Question number 3. Our only 3-3 split.
Ooh.
Will Donovan Mitchell finish the season as a top 5 scorer in the NBA? Steve, let's see the answers here as we were dead split down the fence with Tyvis, Jay, and Brad saying yes, Jason, Bull, and G saying no.
Yeah,
I don't see how he can't be. He wasn't last year on a team with less talent around him, so I don't see it.
Yeah, 25. You got to think, like, so let's look at I watched LeBron and LeBron. Giannis.
Yeah.
Steph.
Doncic.
Luka.
And Jokic, right?
Jokic, he'll probably average 26, 27. We forgetting about
Durant.
Kevin Durant.
Durant,
Right.
He's going to be up there.
Embiid,
Yeah, I think it's hard. Top 5 is
Embiid
hard.
averaged dang near 30 last year. You got Jason Tatum. It's too many.
See, here's the thing, though. I know I reverse engineered what you said.
Okay.
You said he scored all the points last year and he didn't have any help. He had to score.
Right.
I think this year, because he's not the only option in the offense, and there's other guys that can score,
gonna be scoring.
I think that's going to open the door for him to score even more.
I agree with that. That's what I thought.
My guess is those two things will balance each other out.
And he'll score exactly
And
the
he'll
same.
score about the same.
You know,
I
you
agree.
might be right. You're right.
What
You're right.
you're saying is right, but it's also there's so many good scorers that not everybody's going to be able to average a
I
high
think
amount
he'll
of
have
points.
more open opportunities, more
Yes.
available.
Yeah,
That's
true.
what I think,
That's
too.
true.
And because just if you look at the when
They
you're
run
a
He's also
one-man
got
team,
better guys to pass to.
But the difference
does,
is,
but-
he ain't got to be the facilitator. Like, he can actually work
But
off
he will
ball.
be sometimes.
Well,
I think they're going
but-
to take turns to some degree.
But when he off ball, like, he can do cuts
sure, then
and
he's going
they
to
gonna
the
hit
basket.
him.
McNuggets said something. I was watching during the season, regular preseason, and he said something that I thought was really truthful. They got to learn. It takes a while for them guards to learn how to work off each other.
Yeah.
Yes,
and
it
when they
does.
get the
It
right,
does.
like So I saw him a lot of times when Garland had the ball. He gets into the lane and he likes to run pick and roll, high handoff to to Allen and Mobley. So he has that connection. So sometimes you see him in a corner just chilling, or at the top of the key.
You talking about Mitchell?
Mitchell, yeah. So, that's to be expected. If they can get out a run and get some easy baskets early, that's cool. But it'll be a work in progress. They're not going to be like in mid-season form.
It's looked clunky at times in the preseason.
Yeah.
And then 2 minutes later, it's looked like they've been playing together forever.
Yep.
And that's what happens when you put a group of guys together that even one new part, it takes a while before they all mesh together. And I don't expect it until really December.
That's why.
I think after Christmas, you're going to see a different Cavs team.
And that's
this year.
why I got them 5th/6 because of what you just said.
Right. It will take
it's
time.
It's going to take some time.
Next year, though, look out.
Yeah.
Next year, look out.
I think I'm with Brad. They need one more piece.
The East is loaded, man.
Yeah, it's over.
It is. It's tough.
I mean, if you guys watched Boston
Philly,
last night.
I know. It's terrifying.
They split 35. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, man.
upset.
We got two dudes going
Back
for
in the
35.
day, they said that's going half on a baby.
It's unreal.
35
Man,
apiece. And then it was crazy
the
because
Brogdon came in. It was perfect.
I thought I thought they was going to slide a little bit because their coach was gone. Oh, he's out of here. He's out of here.
Done.
Hey, he might as well go get them unemployment papers.
It is one game.
I thought the same thing.
According-
It is one game.
According to Matt Barnes, he's going anyway.
Look,
It's not like we didn't know the Celtics were going to be good. I mean, they went to the final.
No,
but
No,
I
they
thought there
look
might be. I'm
good.
with you. I thought there'd be a little drop off with
No,
the coach. My God,
they in mid-season
Well,
form.
but they're
They look
lucky.
like-
It was one game. I mean,
I know.
who
They
knows?
could come back, but it was kind of
The
scary
East,
last night.
The East on paper is the best it's been in forever.
I think it's
In
been
forever.
And LeBron,
It's like 8 or 9
the
good
Lakers
teams.
look terrible. What's the next question?
Look terrible.
Oh,
We're going to get to
Yes.
the full East after fence questions. So
Yeah,
hold
go
your
ahead.
thoughts.
LeBron might be back by
Next
Christmas.
Terrible.
question is this, and we kind of just alluded to this. Is the combo of Mitchell and Garland the best 1-2 punch
No.
in the Eastern Conference?
No, come on.
That was the one
Someone
question.
said yes, though.
I thought
Someone
you.
said yes, let's
I
see
said yeah. I thought you meant guards.
No, you do.
I thought you meant
But-
guards.
Yeah,
Like
that-
backcourt.
No, it's just
If
a 1-2
it's
punch.
just a backcourt, maybe.
I
No,
would listen
if
to the
you go-
discussion for backcourt.
Yeah, I thought.
yeah,
I thought
That's
you
what I thought. And I texted Mikey. I said, "Do you mean just
No,
just
1-2 punch
backcourt?"
is just
The
two best
only
players.
Yeah.
backcourt that can mess with them two is Atlanta with Murray
Atlanta.
and,
Right.
and Trey.
I agree.
and-
I agree with that.
And I
And
don't.
we talking, but we ain't talking backcourt.
No,
We
we're
talk-
talking
Who and Trey?
1-2 punch.
DeJounte
Murray.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if they got them. I don't know. I don't
It's
know.
close.
Trey and
It's
Murray.
close.
That's what I'm saying. It's
That
very
would've been
close.
a better question.
I thought it was backcourt, right?
The
Because
best has got to be Embiid and Harden, right?
That's not a backcourt.
KD and Kyrie.
No. Just
Oh, you talking about
the duo.
KD and Kyrie.
No, it's Giannis and Middleton. Stop playing with me.
No, I'd still take KD and Kyrie.
Yeah, but KD and Kyrie can't be trusted to stay on the
No,
court. though.
I know.
Giannis
You're right.
and
If they can
Middleton.
both play up to the max
Giannis
potential,
and Middleton.
which is a big if, but if they can, I still like them better than
If
anybody.
we're saying no injuries, max potential, I'd say Harden and Embiid
Giannis
at
and
this point.
Giannis
I'd
and
still
Middleton,
take
and
KD
I ain't hearing nothing else.
well,
No.
Middleton
Middleton is not
is,
as
Yeah.
good as the other second guys.
You-
Now-
Says who?
KD and Kyrie,
That's
you've
just my
got two
opinion.
bona fide superstars.
I will. Have
Middleton is underrated. I'll give you
He's
that.
a great player, but he's not
a superstar.
He's not
Why
in
is he
KD. Or,
not?
Have we forgotten about Steph and Clay?
No, he said
No,
just
he said
the
the
East, though.
Eastern Conference.
oh.
Just the East, just the
I don't
East.
even know that Clay at this point is. I would say more Stephen Poole now.
That is kind of.
yeah, we don't know what Clay's going to be
Hey,
long term.
Jordan Poole was out there
Post-injury.
pulling that thing.
But hold on,
yesterday.
hold on. That's so crazy. I said,
They
bro,
got such a good team.
all it takes
Awesome.
is for you to get punched to get that off. He just coming down. He shot a three. He was coming down leaning like from
Yeah,
half court.
yeah.
And our
the
own-
second one. He just,
Draymond Green was like, yeah, thank
Cash.
you.
Yeah,
You know what's funny? Andrew Wiggins looked like he was becoming a bust, and he just got reinvigorated with Golden State. He was awesome.
A lot of people do that
Andrew
at Golden
Wiggins
State.
is the reason that they are really, really,
Yeah,
really, really good.
he's good.
He defensively
He's good,
is
yeah.
really good, and his
Yeah.
offense has. I mean,
I don't like
Still
that.
love to see the game.
I still
He does what he's asked to do
Listen,
in Golden State.
they-
He was being cast out of position
Yes.
in Minnesota as a
The-
number
Absolutely.
one scoring option.
the Lakers
But championship teams need that.
Yeah.
Lakers is
Exactly.
They
terrible.
need
Perfect
that
fit for
guy
that
that
stage.
understands his ego is in check, and this is what we need you to do here, and he does it.
And outside of Popovich, Steve Kerr's the best coach in the league. So
The Lakers ain't making the playoffs.
I will
this
say
year.
one thing.
Ooh,
as-
that's bold.
The Lakers ain't making it this year.
I'm actually kind of with Tyvis on this one.
That's a hot
Absolutely.
take, bro.
The one thing with basketball, and this goes for bench guys, your stars, I think the best ability you can have in basketball is knowing what you're good and what you're not good at. And guys who get put in a situation where they're pigeonholed and say, hey, Andrew Wiggins, you are not a guy who's going to shoot 30 times. You're going to play defense. You're going to rebound.
Yep.
You're going to make open shots. He can excel in that role on Minnesota where they give him free laissez-faire range to do what he wants. You see what happens. He can put up a lot of points, shoot a terrible percentage.
He's not going to carry a team, but
losing player.
He'll be a hell of a role player. And but I mean, I hate to say that the season's over before it starts. And I know it's a one-game overreaction, but I got Boston and Golden State.
Whoa! You got
Way
who at the
overreaction.
East?
I do.
We haven't even seen Milwaukee play.
What is wrong with you?
In fairness, you're accusing everybody of overreacting, which is true, Mike.
Talk to me in May.
However,
we will talk in May.
I'm telling you.
I can't believe you right now.
I put it out yesterday before
Okay,
that.
fair
that
enough.
Because
Boston.
you know what? You falling for out of sight and out of mind.
Yep.
Giannis
Maybe.
going. You see how they dropped 35? Giannis going for nothing less than 40.
Write it down.
All right, got two more fence
Heard it here
questions. We'll
first.
wrap up the NBA stuff.
Yeah.
I also think the Lakers make the play-in and lose in the play-in, but so they technically make the playoffs, but not really. All right, next one,
If you
Steve.
lose in the play-in, I don't think you technically make
You
the
are not up
playoffs.
there. Like the Cavs last year. The Cavs did not make the playoffs last year.
Then I don't think the Lakers make the playoffs. then.
Okay.
This is our one unanimous answer, and I'm shocked because when you look at how this equates, I'm not sure where you're going to find those points. But will anyone on the Cavs bench average more than 12.5 points a game? And everybody on the panel said yes.
You should ask, well, who is it then? Which guy do you
So
have?
that's my question.
Yes.
Who do you
Yes.
I think
LeVert's going to start tonight. So.
LeVert, we don't know.
Yeah,
that
but we
for
don't
sure,
know
do
that
we?
he's
He
not
ain't
going
gonna
to.
be
We
the
don't know that
starter
he's
the
going to be a
long term.
starter for the season.
Right. It could be. I think Kevin Love.
That's who I
thought
have.
Kevin Love
That's
too.
who I
That's
have.
exactly
Kevin
what I
Love.
said.
I think Kevin averaged somewhere like 13.8 and about 7.9 rebounds.
Hey, six man award
DeRozan.
material. I'll take it.
And Kevin Love, by the way, is kind of easy because he shoots threes now. Like, he comes in and he has the green light, so he's doing 3 for 2. Like, he's not a back to the basket guy.
Right.
He's gonna come in. Look, what did he average last year?
13, 6, and
Oh,
7,
there you
2.
go. There you
There's
go.
just a lot fewer shots to go, or that's an oxymoron. There's way fewer shots to go around now with Mitchell on the court, no matter how you break it down. Even on the bench unit, because one of those two will always be on the court.
I mean, Colin Sexton used to shoot a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, he shot a lot too.
Now, he didn't have to contend with that last year, but I just think he's going to be, again, you talk about role players. You talk about Wiggins and knowing what his role is there. One of the things, Kevin Love's career in Cleveland is going to be one of the most wild books you'll ever read. Because when he came here, he was expected, obviously, to help carry this team to a championship. He was part of the championship team, but now he's making a ton of dough. This is his last year, right?
Correct.
He's making a ton of dough, but he's asked to do far less than he's ever been asked to do here. But he's able to do that and do it well. When he's in, he's maximizing his minutes.
I'll bring him back.
I'll bring you back too.
Would you really? Obviously, at much less money.
I want
Much less money.
I've swung the pendulum way back when he kind of got in there with Colin Sexton and he threw the ball in bounds.
That was my turning point. I want him out.
I was like,
Yeah, I was like, get him out.
I said, get rid of him.
He's awful.
Yep.
And now you're like, what a great veteran he is.
I know, because, he's changed his tune.
Yes, the
he
culture,
turned it
man.
around. And to me, this just goes to show you, anybody can change their approach in the way they think about it, right? Like I don't know what happened. I don't know. They sat him down for a little bit. They told him we're not gonna play in a game or two, and he just went back and realized, hold on, man, hold on. I think sometimes he got really sucked into the whole LeBron Kyrie thing, and J.R. Smith and all that. Like back then, the Cavs had a lot of big personalities, and people was just doing what they wanted to, right?
Right.
So you win a championship, you're the last guy here. He figuring that's the leadership style I gotta show. LeBron would be vague. LeBron would call people out. Kyrie would just not talk to people for a while. Kevin was like, okay, well, how do I lead this young team? I got this contract. What we doing? And I think he got caught up in that and then had to realize, well, let me just be me. Let me be the way I am. I don't got to be loud and vocal all the time. Let me just show these guys some love and put my arm around them and turn into a guy who I am. And so now he went from a dude that won a championship to a dude who everybody in the city hated, and even his teammates.
Hated.
To
now we love him.
Them being the best teammate, and I actually think he'll get his jersey retired.
I agree.
Yeah, I think he will.
It's been an amazing turnaround for him. I was talking with Chris Fedor yesterday for my podcast, and I asked him about Kevin Love. I was like, what happened? He was like, well, he signed, and that was on him, right? He knew he wasn't going to get the money somewhere else. But he was miserable because the team sucked.
Yeah, that was
and
obvious.
The young guys, he felt like they didn't know how to play. Like he was a veteran and he knew how to play, and he was playing for championships. Now he's around all these young kids. They don't know how to play the game right.
Yeah.
And he got frustrated, and he admitted he's too emotional, and it got the best of him. And now that these guys have kind of come into their own, he's enjoying being a part of it.
You know what? It's very hard to overcome a moment like that.
Yeah.
That can be career defining.
Yes, 100%.
And to his credit, he flipped the script.
He did.
And now he's this guy who is a facilitator, a role player. I think he's the mentor. He's the leader that this team needs. It's a bunch of young guys with no compass.
Him and Rubio,
but his
which is why
Rubio's key too. You're right.
Chris said Rubio has made a massive impact on Garland's career.
Yep,
he's made a massive impact on Mitchell's career when they were together. All these young point guards that he's played with, he's had a massive impact.
They love him.
Love him.
It's a great mix.
They love this
really
guy.
is a great mix.
12 months ago, we would have all given away Kevin Love for nothing.
For free,
I know we
sure
would.
For nothing just to get him out.
Just
12
trade him.
He was
Trade him.
still
Get him
he was
off.
still
Like,
money.
I'm not trading Kevin
Yeah,
Love.
you're right.
You
You're
want
right.
to keep him.
You know who I felt that way about? I felt that way about Tristan Thompson before he left, like his last year. I was like, actually, I wanted to get rid of him for so long, but his last year, I was like, man, he is a leader. And
I hate all this Kardashian stuff.
Off the court, I ain't got nothing to do with
Stay out of the back.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing to do with the
New
on the
York
court
Tabs.
stuff. We talking all
although
court.
he hasn't done it. Like I don't even know what team
Invisible
he's on right
Man.
now.
I
Invisible
don't think
Man.
he's playing. All right, McNuggets,
go
what's
ahead.
next?
We have our last question here. This was another tight split, and this one leads us right into the next part of our discussion of where will the Cavs end up this season.
Yeah.
Will the Cavs win 51 or more games in the 2022-2023 season? We had a 4-2 split here, but we'll let the deniers go first, as Bull and Tyvis said no.
Wow, Bull.
Jason, Brad, and Jay said yes.
It's only because I got them with 49 wins this year.
I got him with 48 wins.
It's not that far,
It's
right?
because the East is so tough.
It is. Like, I can't believe y'all sitting there saying it's not, though. Like,
And guys, here's the thing. I wouldn't be surprised if they had some growing pains early in the season.
No, I think they will.
Right?
I got growing pains. People get hurt. It's just like 48 just seems like the number.
That's in this East.
In the
48,
East.
49 wins.
That's
season.
how to say
good.
And that would be
I'm
top
going
6.
52 and 30.
I got 50, 54, 55.
You know what? You know what y'all problem is? Y'all falling for the paper roster.
No, I'm not.
No.
I think they're going to be around 500 or even perhaps below at Christmas. I think they're going to figure it out after Christmas. They're going to give them 25 games to sort of get their thing together and figure out who's who, because there will be some moments. There were some preseason moments where I'm like, wait a minute, what am I looking at?
Like they can.
Hey, G, real quick. You just said 54, 55 wins. When we were making these questions
That's
earlier this
a lot.
week, I asked
That's a lot,
Anthony,
man.
like, what's a good number? I had it at 50 first, but that was too low. Do you know how many teams in the NBA won 55 games last year?
1, 2.
No, I'd say four or five.
Dose.
Wow, they're a lot
is
150 though. There were a lot between 50
That's a
and
lot.
55.
There was 5 between in the Eastern and the Western Conference between 51 and the Warriors, who were the top seed. But
Right.
only 2 teams in the league won 55 games. It seems easy to say that on paper.
Who was
Who
the 2 teams? Do you know?
Golden
I'll
State.
tell you in one sec. Golden State and
Boston?
I'm pulling up right now.
Phoenix?
No, it wasn't Boston.
Well, Phoenix might have.
Phoenix?
You'd think they would both.
Milwaukee better.
No, it was Memphis and Phoenix. Sorry, Golden State
Oh,
only had
Memphis.
53 wins last
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
Memphis.
Miami won the Eastern Conference with 53 wins.
Wow.
So
Steve
That's
is
nuts,
hilarious.
55 is a lot of wins.
if you
and
say
the East is so good. There's a
48.
game every night.
48 wins. 48, 49.
That is, I'll give it to you like this. You look
49 wins could be a 3 seed. I mean, it could
Well,
be.
what was the? Well, they were all bunched together last
Yeah.
year. Though. I
The
mean,
Cavs-
Miami and.
Do you want the Eastern Conference standings real quick?
I think there were 5. Weren't there 5 teams within
Give us
like
the
3
top
games?
5 teams.
Yeah, Miami had 53 wins. Boston was second with 51, which broke a tiebreaker with Milwaukee and Philadelphia. Those 3 teams all had 51 wins.
Oh, yeah.
And then
So,
Toronto
so there
had
were 4
48.
teams in the East with 51 last year.
All right.
Right.
4 teams in the East with 51, correct.
And then Toronto 48. So if in theory, if the Cavs won 49, they would have been the 5 seed.
Yeah.
Now-
Which is where I think they're going to be.
Now think about it. Last year before the playoffs or before the All-Star break, The
They were
Cavs
playing great.
The Cavs were
hottest
the
team.
And then they had all those injuries.
They had all those injuries.
Exactly.
The Rubio injury,
Yep.
and then they got a bunch of
Garland
other guys
got injured.
Allen got hurt.
Allen
That's
down
not
the
even
stretch.
including Sexton
Also,
missing the
I
whole
felt
season.
last year that the Cavs were putting too much of an emphasis on defense in the regular season.
That's another thing.
And that wears you out. And I've had NBA coaches say the young coaches think that you can come out here and coach like it's college. The players, the veterans all know, bro, we can't keep this up for 82 games. We're going to die. It takes a lot more energy to play defense than it does to play offense.
I think we all agree. I don't care exactly how many wins they get as long as they're not in the play-in round.
I agree with that.
I don't care.
Oh, listen, if they don't finish in the top 6, I'd be shocked.
Right, it would be disappointing, but
Yes,
you never know.
very.
Well, the only reason I'd say it's a possibility is just that the East is so good, and you never know with injuries. But they're a young team. You think that would help them in terms of less likely to get injured than some other teams?
Here's why I have a tremendously high, like ceiling on these guys. Is because they're the only team that I know that have 2 erasers. Like they have
Mobley
literally,
and Allen.
Yeah.
they got
Yeah.
2 7-footers that block shots.
What is
at a
Robin
high-
Lopez? Just a rebound getter now?
I mean,
He's a nice.
I don't know how many minutes he's going to play.
Play, right.
Yeah.
10 minutes a game.
Well,
probably.
he'll be able to spell guys
But-
in that role, protect the rim, and that's a great
big.
point.
Yeah.
Well, have 2 of those guys?
Yeah, that's
The
big.
NBA's gone away from that.
And now you got a guy in Mobley who can switch off, and if he switches on the guard, you're not losing nothing. He can guard a guard
Right,
if Daryl
he
switches.
can guard anybody.
And so you got 2 of those dudes,
Say anybody.
like that are going to erase whatever the smaller guards do.
Yeah.
If JB comes out and he emphasizes that they should play defense strong, like because last year I thought that's the reason they got to where they were.
Yeah.
They defense.
But playoff time, everybody plays hard. And then you see
they
that
do.
jump.
Yeah.
Them playing games that you saw KD and Durant, you said, we'll wait to get to the Hawks. Even the Hawks had turned it up because Trey Young wouldn't miss.
Right.
So it all depends on what they can come out and if they emphasize that and if they can find somebody in that 3 role.
Yeah.
But in terms of scoring, they got scoring.
We got to be careful, too, throwing dirt on G. Bush because we had this same conversation about the Guardians before the season.
Yeah.
And we thought that they would play meaningful games in September, but none of us had the Guardians making the playoffs, but you did.
92 wins.
I don't know how you had 92 wins.
And he got it exactly right.
I thought when we had a discussion the week before
That
in our
was
practice
fluke.
that I was the only one that said that they would be in the mix.
92 is
You changed your
that's
mind.
a hard number to fluke.
That was
No, that is-
87
That's
is
impressive.
87. If you say, they're going to get 81 wins, okay.
So did you?
Nostrabuscious.
So wait, the question he had yes to 51.
No,
Yes, he had over 51.
Over 51.
Oh, I like to lay.
By
I
the
lay
way,
cash down on that one.
By the way, that was funny as hell what you said.
By the way, did you know that there was a movie called Hardball and one of the characters was named G Baby?
Of course.
What is wrong with him?
Like that's G baby.
Well, we were talking about that before the
He
show
got cute too.
because Michael B. Jordan, that was his first role.
G baby, yeah, of course. That's the hardball, bro. That
Cumbers, baby.
That Nelly was on the soundtrack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they had the song Hardball.
Now here's the thing.
Yeah.
Over 51 wins.
Yeah.
Think about it.
I'll lay cash on that.
That one LeBron team. I was at home in the time machine a little bit when LeBron won. I think he won the MVP that year, and they won 66 games.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
How the hell did that happen?
Yeah, I know.
And it was funny because they was the whole time. These games wasn't close. They was just doing and one mixtape moves. And people they were all them choreographed moves LeBron used to do in the
yeah.
corner. They was joking. They all on the floor. I'm like, who did they have?
Who was the second best player on the Cavs?
It was Mo Williams.
Mo Gotti.
Oh my
Mo
God.
Williams.
It really just tells you how good.
Delonte West.
Has anybody won
Ira
ever won that?
Newell?
Has any team ever had a better season with that little talent, player 2
No,
through 15?
it's
I
not
don't
possible.
think so. Not that I can
Not
remember.
since the 60s.
66 wins.
Milwaukee.
Do you understand? They never lost to nobody, and there was teams all over. I was watching them. I said, I don't understand. Prime LeBron, we'd be like, he's good. Like you go back and you get reminded.
You think that LeBron was better than Miami's LeBron?
Remember the
Miami's
playoff game
LeBron
against
was-
Detroit where he scored the last 25 points?
LeBron in Miami.
Miami's LeBron was
And
that was the best player in the world to me. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
LeBron, by the time he was in Miami, then when he came back here again, his basketball IQ was just
Yeah, you're right about that.
off the charts.
Yeah.
And I would say, to me, the best I've ever seen him was like the 2018 LeBron. Like, you really got to see, like, 2018, nobody went on the team. When they got Isaiah Thomas and Dwayne Wade, and then they brought them all in and then cut everybody and traded everybody.
They did him filthy. His
Jay
last
Crowder.
year, they
Jay
did him
Crowder.
Oh, I
filthy.
like Jay Crowder now.
They got rid of him. And that
Jay
year,
Crowder didn't like LeBron.
that year, LeBron was like in the playoffs. He just was like, okay, Toronto, I'm gonna beat you by myself.
He did that to everybody.
Celtics, I'm gonna beat you by myself. And he was just doing it with like, I don't know. It was impressive.
I think like he averaged a bunch, and his next person, I think in the finals, it was like he averaged the most, and it was like all 5 of Golden State. Then the Cavs was next. It was ridiculous. Yeah, dude was crazy.
By the way, do you? And this is kind of go ahead.
No, you could. I got to do what the internet says next.
Okay,
You finish it,
so
Steve said, was Miami LeBron better than Giannis? Nobody's better than Giannis.
Stop it.
We have not. We have not talked about this. I didn't notice that that during this year, LeBron's gonna break Kareem's record.
Yeah,
He could.
well, he is.
They said if the average is like 20. They kind of amortized it through.
No, here's what what they didn't factor in was missing time for injury.
Yes.
Guys, that happens when you're 30,
Yeah.
when you're almost 40 years old.
I think he's done it like the past few years. He's got hurt.
He's got
He's
hurt a
missed
long
time, yes.
Yeah.
And the law of averages is the older you get, the more games you're going to miss. He's, let's knock on wood here. Of course, he's not ours now. He's never had that catastrophic injury.
No, he's not like the Kobe.
And that's bizarre for a superstar that has as many miles on his body as he does. Kobe had knees.
Kobe had the knee.
Jordan
Kobe
even
had,
had some knees.
Yep. So everybody's had Dominique, Magic.
And you
well,
look
of course.
at the size of his. I know he's got a big frame, but to think that the miles he's put on his body, because at 18 he was playing 82 games a year.
Recovery.
It's stunning. I think one of the most incredible things about him has been his durability.
Yeah,
that's the context of him getting the scoring title, right? I mean, that's one of the biggest, like we talked about Judge and the home run title. Or
I didn't think anybody would ever break Kareem. I did not.
I did not.
Never.
And the fact that
He had a move that couldn't be stopped.
I know he did.
they said
It was a bucket every time.
Every time if they wanted it.
They was like, you can't dunk the ball no more. Like, we just gonna not let you dunk for a
We're
little
gonna
bit.
change the rules.
Now, do you like? And to me, I always look at it like that's a rule. That's a record that would never be broken. I just want to see how people view it, because there's always been this thing where, if you mention Jordan or you mention LeBron, basically they just put it out.
6-0.
They put it out
4-6 versus 6-0.
Yeah. So if he's a guy who is known to be a passer coming in the league, but then became the all-time leading scorer, it's crazy to me to think like this dude really broke Kareem's record.
Because he's facilitated so much. And the 6-0 and 4-6 argument, I know that everybody says, well, it's got to be Jordan because he was 6-0. Look at the teams that LeBron was able to take to the finals with the rosters that he had. He made 10 finals.
Yeah.
So everybody says 6-0. Well, what about the 13 where he didn't make the finals?
My only argument, I think I agree with your general principle that it's unfair to just grade the finals.
Yes.
I will argue though that Jordan had to get through tougher teams in the East than
That's
LeBron
a fact.
did.
No, that's a fact,
Yeah.
and that can't be discounted.
Right. Mhm.
But still, this guy has taken 3 teams to a total of 10 NBA finals.
Right, and some of those teams had no business being there.
My God, remember the first team he took there?
Yeah.
They got swept by San
Antonio.
Antonio. Go look at that roster.
It's crazy.
It's terrible.
Boobie
It's
Gibson.
absolutely terrible.
We love Boobie, but
No, Boobie was a great guest.
what do you have, bro?